What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, alongside my co-host,
Mikey Fever.
and this is a New York perspective. And we got some new intro music here for y'all to check out. This is our theme song for the listeners. This is what we're cooking up right now. This is the NYP theme song. I got a surprise for this joint though, man. I ain't gonna lie. I got a surprise for the joint right here. That's tough, man. I don't know. Seanie, I don't know what's going on with you, Seanie.
I ain't gonna lie. This got me in my feelings. This got me in my feelings right here. This got me in my feelings.
Hold up. Welcome to the NYP show. It's time to get this. We're going to talk about Math Hoffa, what's going on and what they consider the dirty section of YouTube. What's going on, everybody? What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to the NYP show. We're in the building right now. We got Harlem, Bronx, and Brooklyn all in one spot right now. We got me. I'm considered Harlem and Bronx. We got Trev. Trev is from Harlem and the Bronx, pretty much, but
Right.
more Bronx than Harlem, right, Trev?
More Bronx than Harlem. I grew up in the Bronx, raised in Harlem. I mean, born in Harlem, raised in the Bronx.
Right. Seanie, I'm gonna say you Harlem and the Bronx, bro.
Yeah, you know it. You know
Harlem
it.
and the
I'm right.
Bronx,
How
bro.
you say it? I'm right here on the border. I gotta be both. I'm right here on the border.
Right. Exactly. And we got a clip from the crazy ass Grand Projects.
Right on.
And then we got Mikey Fever from BK Flatbush, right?
Flatbush, baby.
Flatbush. Flatbush. I hear some nice things about that area.
I bet most like I should say Newkirk. I'm from Newkirk Ave.
That's what's up. Yo, yeah. So today we talking about Math Hoffa. We're talking about Mysonne-Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's the theme for this whole week, pretty much. A lot going on with those people. Let's talk about I want to go into Math Hoffa, or how y'all want to set it off, man. We all family, so this is y'all show. How you want to set it off?
I like starting it off with math. I like that. We could do that. That's entertaining and funny. We could start with that.
Let's start off with Math Hoffa. Okay, I'm gonna say what I gotta say real quick. Matter of fact, we got Mysonne up there too, right? Oh my god, man, this is nice. This is a nice show. So Math Hoffa, I've been watching Math Hoffa, expert opinion, and more recently, it just came up on my feed, and I saw Bimmy and Bo, and I saw 10 Toes Down, and I saw of course Math. Right. So now when I see 10 Toes or Shaft, I pay attention because 10 Toes and Shaft is from Harlem, and I know some people that he know, you know what I mean, and he also says he's siding at a cousin, which I pretty much believe that because I know where 10 Toes is from in Harlem, and I know where Sinetta is from or lives in Harlem, which is up the hill. We call it up the hill, being from Colonial and Polo Ground. So up the hill is the battlegrounds area.
Yep.
Yeah. So Sugar Hill and
Shout out to 52nd, Amsterdam, Broadway, Convent.
yes, sir.
St. Nick Place.
St.
all
Nick.
of that. Bradhurst.
First and 12. You already know.
Edgecombe, everything up there.
Right. So that's that area, right? So when I see 10 Toes or anybody affiliated with Harlem or from Harlem, I pay attention. So I saw 10 Toes on there, and then I saw BO. The reason why I pay attention to what BO saying is because he come from the 5% nation, then he went into being blood, you know what I mean, later on or whatever. So I like to hear what he got to say or whatever. So I'm watching the show, right? And I was intrigued by it based on what they was talking about, because they was talking about Champ, like what happened with Champ. Champ stole from Bimmy's associate or something like that. stole the credit card or some money and stuff like that. And which is none of my business. I don't really care too much about that. But that people say that was a bad move. I would say so, because that's something that's sneak thieving. I don't do that.
Nasty work.
So talking about that, and they were talking about that, and then what else? Math. Then I started seeing this label on his thing saying the dirty section of YouTube, right? So my whole thing about that, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, is like Math Hoffa has a huge platform, right? Almost 1 million subscribers. Math Hoffa had legends on his platform. Math Hoffa is a legend in the battle rap field, and now in the podcast era right now, right?
Right.
So I just don't understand why somebody at his level would address what he would consider the dirty section of YouTube. I think it takes away from his platform.
What is the dirty section of YouTube?
Yeah,
The dirty section of YouTube would be. Anybody want to chime in on that? Because I could explain it, but if y'all got,
Nah, go ahead. You doing a good job. Go ahead.
So the dirty section of YouTube would be YouTube pages with a less what was be considered smaller channels, and it's like a lot of like street activity going on in there, and like what I mean, like hood shit.
A lot of self-snitching.
Okay, so it's not like bum fights and none of that stupid shit that you.
Nah.
It's a lot of stuff.
Shout out to bum fights. I missed those DVDs. Shout out to the bum fight days.
It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of ignorance and self-snitching.
See now, okay. All right. So let's address that real quick. All right. Now that I know what the dirty section of YouTube is, all right. I feel like there's a dirty section of social media that's been going on. I think people called it clout at one point. I feel like I hate the fact that everything has to be recorded, taped, photographed, wherever you eat, wherever you go. Now, I understand if you're an artist and you just trying to get the word out. All right, my show is over here, buy tickets, cool. But when you got, all right, and sometimes you like, yo, you promoting somebody else's brand, cool, when it's shit like that. But when you really promoting the ignorant, now we spoke about this last week a little bit. We got, I wouldn't say we got heated, but we definitely let the cup overflow with this topic regarding just clout, ignorance, and it's really us. Now, when you say the dirty area of YouTube, a lot of times that's just people wanting to be seen because Math, a lot of these podcasters come up because they got a name already. They're not really building from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like we know Math from battle raps, right? He already made a name for himself, so they jump into the podcast world because everybody has questions, everybody has stories. I like Bimmy. I like his story, I like his come up. So I haven't seen that particular episode regarding BO. I saw a clip with Bimmy speaking about the stolen property and shit like that. And my thing is like this: it doesn't really matter. People get into this industry, and especially when you in the record industry, money is flowing, especially back in the 90s. Money was flowing, so people probably, he probably look, I'm gonna take advantage of it, take the card. They may not know. It's just stealing off the top. Everybody done it. It ain't right. I ain't into that, but I could see where he could possibly, off the clip I saw, where it could be like, all right, they ain't gonna find out because money is flowing through the record industry, and you just swiping cards and shit. Who's just know like, oh, now they want to pay attention to, I guess, what this minuscule purchase that happened. I really don't. I really haven't seen the whole thing. It
really wasn't that minuscule. He tried to buy $40,000 in Apple.
$40,000, yeah.
Look at $40,000 from a record label. It's like, all right, cool. That's still kind of like out of
I don't know if it was a record label.
I don't think it was a record label.
Yeah, I don't think it was a label.
It's the principle
but we already know you try to swipe $40,000 on a card, that's going to register automatically. Like, yo, hold on, who's agreeing to pay for this?
Right.
Like, that's going to alert a phone call. So that to me was an idiotic move on his part, right? So I met Champ once, right? I met him one time, chopped it up real quick. This is right after he split from Math Hoffa show. He was talking about he wanted some beats or whatever. He seemed like a cool dude.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Is you talking about Bill? That's the two that separated and now they doing their own thing?
No, you talking about
It's about SO
SO
and Heineken.
Heineken.
Okay.
Yeah,
my fault.
right. So I understand why Math addressed it, but back, you know what I'm saying. But Champ was he seemed like a cool dude. I ain't sending no beats or nothing, but we had a discussion about that. As far as why Math addressed it is because Champ been going on these little tirades and going on these different other podcasts, talking like he was the main reason why why Math's podcast was popping, and Math ain't really do nothing for him and this and that, and he was kind of slandering Math's name, and Math was kind of quiet for a minute until he went on the Flip show, the Queen's Flip show, and then he balked on homie, and then this Bimmy situation came out.
What those snitching?
Huh?
What in pertaining to snitching?
No, not pertaining to snitching, but the Bimmy situation came out based on the stealing and all of that. You know what I mean? So that's why Math addressed it. Because now we're gonna make you look silly because you went on all these public platforms trying to slander my name. So you out here living foul, so we got to address it. The one thing I didn't like what Math did was Math didn't have to make no silly diss record. You making a diss record towards
that's the same thing I said, bro. Hold on. Where's the shots? Where's the shots? Yo, why would you make why are you making a diss song about a podcaster that a person that was on your podcast?
That's the how you say it. That's a
battle rap.
Money now, bro. Like you gotta look at how like Math kind of like laid this down, right? Like there's different ways that a lot of people started battle rapping, like started to decide to get money. Like some people decided that they was going to sell their CDs. People decided they was going to do clothing lines. People decided they was going to start their own leagues and so on and so forth. That kind of got oversaturated. And he went to the podcast game. Like, so it's like he already know there's a bag that he could dig into that other podcasters, they can't even dig into that bag. They don't even, like you said, he has already a strong fan base. Plus, he was saying something earlier about the attitude that he laid down and having to walk with it consistently. So it doesn't make a difference what the situation is. Like he gonna step to it. Now, when you think about it, also he is an artist. He has his podcast. The podcast plays frequently. As long as the diss songs play, he gets streams off of those. So it's money for him, and it's a situation that's gathering a lot of attention, right? So it's crazy because it was on my mind, right? It was on my mind, right? The Hassan Campbell guy, he kind of embodies all of this, like how he kind of moves. He kind of embodies the creating content, the creating situations to create content, and that's the game now. As it's not as realistic as we would like it, but with him doing what he doing, it's spilling from truth. Like that joint he got about Sub-Zero girl, like that's kind of crazy.
I didn't hear that one, but it's just like I look at Math in a different way. I look at Math as a high level lyricist battle rapper, right? A person who's has a lot of skin in the game from Smack DVD era, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you? It just doesn't make sense for him. I feel like if I was in his position, I would have said I would have exposed Champ already. Leave it alone. After that, I'm not addressing nobody in the so-called dirty section. I'm not making no diss records.
But that's
none
the
of that.
money though. Like that's the thing. Like it's like yo, kill what you eat, bro. Kill to eat. Like you stepped into that arena. He said several times he wasn't gonna address it, but he just kept talking and kept talking about it. So then the conversation became, in today's world, if you don't respond, then you look a certain way.
Yeah.
That's the conversation that they had. So that's the reasoning for the response. He tried to go the high route, talking about Our homeboy called him out, this, that, and third. He was like, yo, I'm sitting around with my kids. I don't got time to get on no internet and beef and this, that, and third. All right. So you keep calling him out in situations where he's not really able to respond to you. So now
my thing, I don't mean to
this
cut
how
you.
he get at you.
I don't mean to cut you, but why not necessarily take the high road, but just like take the he's a flea road. Like, you're a flea. I'm not talking to you. I gotta
pluck fleas though. You pluck fleas though.
Take the Jay-Z route, just like I don't got time for you.
You know why? The
Jay,
reason why I'm saying
Jay
like
don't
why
pluck
not take the
mad fleas though? Like Jay Aguilar, J.O. Felon, Mano, Mino, Harlem World, Jay done plucked as many fleas done popped up and tried to bite him. He done plucked all them fleas. He ain't let a flea live.
You right. But
So that's what I'm
right,
saying.
but Jay-Z, but if you mention Jay-Z, Jay-Z didn't give them no platform either.
No, Jay probably did a line or two. Like he knows who to really show attention to. Like when he did Mino, it was just a line, and that line was hard as hell for Mino.
No, he had a couple. He had a whole verse. He had a whole verse at me.
Yeah, but
he 16 in the Mind Right remix.
Right.
Right. He gave the whole Harlem World. He gave them 6. Yo, you're right though. It was one bar for Mino though. You're right though. You're right. It was one bar for Mino. You're right.
It wasn't one bar. It was a few bars for Mino.
There was a few bars for Mino. It's one bar that it's the one bar that I remember. You think people were shooting your fat ass out of cannons before? I think it's that just the one bar. Yeah, I think that's the one bar. That was the one bar
that most people remember. Then he was
right, but I'm pretty sure it was more.
This ain't about Richard Poe.
Yeah, it's about Richard
Poe trying to get this dough.
Yeah, but that's out to the whole. Oh yeah, that might yeah, okay.
Because that whole beef was over. That whole beef was over. The whole verse where he was somebody, he was Rich Porter's second brother and all that. The twin brother of Rich Porter, and Mino was like, "Man, you don't even call him to even be saying nothing like that."
See, but my thing is, he did pluck a flea, but he had to make sure that particular flea, like, look, I want to let you know I've been out here. I've done this. I've done the music. I've done the streets. We can do it both, and I get him for that. After that, Mino was gone. After that,
you know where he messed up at?
Huh?
I'm on what dollar fuckers 50 cent. That cost him because that blew 50 up.
Yeah, but you know what? Though? If you listen to the talk around that, right? Because that's crazy that you even brought that up. If you listen to the talk around that, Hovey threw that one line out there like that because he already knew 50 was on a rampage. That like there was no like 50's come up is so smart and so well orchestrated.
Yes.
That he already knew when he seen him. He like, yo, nah, he out here playing chess. Everybody else playing checkers. That boy out here playing chess. He knew it wasn't no getting in the way of that. So he had to address 50 Cent. He had to address him. Like,
it also 50 come up. It was up and down in the beginning because remember he had the Power of a Dollar. He had How to Rob, and then he got
best album ever.
You know what I mean?
But I'm talking more about like Guess Who's Back and,
right.
You know, like the mixtape 50 on the come up too, you know, Power of a Dollar, joints past Power of a Dollar, you know, leading into Get Rich or Die Trying. Like the track record is just crazy. You look at the whole Kid connections, if you look at him telling people not to do certain things when the feds was coming, like he's not a rapper. like 50's not a rapper. He's a genius who just so happens to throw words together. And that was his come up out. But you see, he do a million other things. So, you know, I think when you recognize a brilliant mind, when one brilliant mind recognizes another brilliant mind, you just got to make room. Because Hovey was already telling everybody, he like, yo, listen, it's this new kid coming, 50. Y'all better get right, because once he come through, it's a wrap. Y'all not gonna be able to breathe. And that's what happened.
Well, let's get back to the Math Hoffa, right?
Right.
So back to the Math Hoffa. I just you know, I understand, you know, it's about, you know, currency, making money, and it's another way to market itself. I like, on the flip side, I don't agree with this move he's making. However, I kind of think that he's doing this in a way to pull the so-called dirty section up.
Oh, it's gonna happen because he mentioned. So now people probably gonna look for that particular section because Math ain't the biggest, but Math still got a name, and just that label, the dirty section of YouTube.
But he been mentioning them for like 2 years though, so that's not new.
Yeah, and that dirty section been mentioning itself for like the past 10. Like and that's why he really tried. Like he tried, Papa. Like you gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. He really tried to ignore it. He tried to, but the man, how you said, they every time he walked out, they kept pulling him back in. You know what I'm saying? And he's in the new arena. He not the old morals don't apply to the new arena. You know what I'm saying? All gladiators die fast in this new Rome. So like he went out, shield, sword, y'all. And you know what? I'm gonna cut your hair and I'm gonna get money and I'm gonna look really, really fly doing it too. Cause he was killing it in that Jackie Robinson throwback and yo, Clip. He went crazy, Clip. Yo, Clip, he went out with the Avias with the stupid icy watch. Like, how dare you? I'm just saying, it's hip hop, fellas. Like, it's self-expression all the way around the board. It's still who's big dog around here, man. And you know, you barking at a big. He was barking at a big dog. Big dog got to let him know what's up.
Now you said he did a verse. He did a diss track. The other dude that he did a diss track for, is he a rapper too?
No, that's the point. That's what I'm saying.
No, but listen. The dude talking crazy because, like how you say it, Math ended up sliding his joint, right? So let's put it on the table. Math slid homie joint. Math keep telling him she downplayed it. She said you just pay her rent. She said it ain't nothing between y'all. She downplayed it. So then
I'm lost. Who joint he slid?
Chip.
That's what you gotta watch the rest. You gotta do.
Hold on. So that's what they were talking about. I'm like, yo,
I'm talking about with Sub-Zero.
Oh, with Sub-Zero.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I have a question though, right? All right, we speaking about what Math going through with Champ. It's the principles of Bimmy bringing you around, and I believe what Bimmy seeing what Math and Champ was going through, he experienced like a rough end of it, of you taking money from the investors. So that's the principles. Like I bring you around these people to put you in an opportunity, and now you take it from these people. Right. Not no little. The principle. I don't care if it's $1. You took a whole 40 grand trying to swipe it. It didn't work. Now you're making me look bad. You affecting my business. And then I seen something else that Math put up. I didn't pay too much attention. Somebody left a whole bunch of chickens in front of this.
Chicken heads on his door.
That's weird.
On the door of the barbershop.
A lot of weird activity going on in New York nowadays.
That was amateur night because that's not real black magic right there. If you trying to do that, you know what I'm saying?
me personally, I feel like all this shit is silly. Like it's stupid. Like Champ, you messed up your opportunity. You about to be done for. Your reputation is tarnished, so you ain't gonna have no good looks out here as far as this industry that is popping. So it's a wrap for him. That was you're a known thief. And they got you on camera doing known thief stuff. So right at this point, you can't come back from this. So it's over. What Math did was basically put the nail in the coffin. All right, let's get him up out of it.
Yeah,
necessary.
Yeah, that was necessary.
But why not the overkill? Like if you're gonna put the nail in, why not put
this
the
song?
in
Like
too?
I just think like, yo, this is that this song is out there forever now, and it's like,
he's a rapper, so
he's a scumbag. The dude is a scumbag. Why would you even we got you?
Why not? But I'm saying like you talking moralities though, man. Like moralities, man.
Oh yeah, you saying in the internet world now? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you talking moralities, man. He tried to play that game. He see that game ain't work, so you can't. And that's why I respect how he did it, because he tried. He tried the old rules. You said, okay, the old rules don't work. I try these new dog rules, and I'm still gonna dog you. I'm gonna dog you like I've been dogging any competition that been coming in my face for the past couple of years.
You know what? If you put it that way, I would agree with you on that. And I think Seanie, you should be a politician. Anyway, let's go.
It's part of business too. It's part of business as well. For Math Hoffa, because he's in a different space now. Like the fact that you see as you build this podcast, you went through a couple of hosts that you had on the show, many left. So I think he has like some trauma coming from that. some psychological trauma. You get what I'm saying?
But
Like,
you know what? Zip with the
Everybody
drip
got
did
trauma.
say something that's important though.
yeah,
Zip with the drip said, he said, every dude that you got rid of, you called the bozo. All the dudes that you got rid of called you a bozo.
So basically saying
So
all of y'all are bozos.
all of them are bozos. Math Hoffa being the common denominator.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
watch that so I
I
can.
don't know.
I
none of
don't
them
know,
dudes
because
personally.
is those money issues though?
Well,
Like this bozo and weird and weirdo, those are all words people use to describe individuals that they going through things with they don't want to give up the details on. Is it a
exactly.
money thing?
Disappointment. It's
Here's
disappointment.
my thing. Ain't nobody run down on
Disappointment.
Math. Ain't nobody put hands on Math. Ain't nobody violate him in that level. So at the end of the day, I hear what Zip is saying, but at the end of the day, bro, everybody, the whole purpose of this podcast world in general in this industry is to get money. Get money.
Exactly.
right.
Period. What Champ did was stop his own bread like an idiot.
Right.
So that's a bozo to me because you was right there plugged in with cats that get bread and you threw it away for a credit card.
Right. For 40,000, but you could have made hundreds.
Apple products at that.
I don't get it. I don't get why he did that right there.
That's greed.
That might have been
it's greed.
feelings though, man. Like, cause
Or he
like,
might
yo,
have
that
been
might have been
Exactly.
feelings. You be around
might have
people who,
been down
yo, you know what
bad.
that's like, yo. You know what that's like. You know what that's like. That's like the Ponte Porter dude. You know, who gambled on himself to go under on his points. You play for the Raptors.
Yeah.
And it's like he was on like a 2-way contract. Just follow me for a minute. He was on a 2-way contract. He might make about 450,000 out of his contract or whatever. But he's sitting around like millionaires. Like his brother got a max contract, $250 million. So like he's consistently sitting around these millionaires and this and the third. Maybe that got him in his feelings. Try to get his little bit of money up. He made a bad move. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that man just didn't have the proper control of his emotions at that moment.
Mhm.
And
I think he's getting married too.
fell for it.
I think he's getting married too soon. I think.
Impulses. That's what it was.
Got Champ.
Yeah,
Vibrational.
impulses and
It
pressure.
was
Because
an
if you're
impulse,
talking
but
about
when
that
you
marriage bring pressure.
But
Yeah.
when you around these money getters and you the low ball cat, you supposed to learn how to get the money from the money.
Exactly.
Right.
Like what I was always told from the hustlers, you technically want to be the brokest one in the room so you can learn how to get it like they get.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I was taught. I don't know how Champ was taught. I don't you know what I'm saying?
You should have had your teachers, Clip.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he should have had your teachers.
Yeah, crawl before you walk. That's what it is. Some people just want to run, and that's what I was saying with Math Hoffa. You know, he goes through so many hosts. It's something that he's learning along the way. Maybe and when it comes to business, not everyone's gonna make it.
Oh, that happens with everybody because
that's what I was like. Yo, Clip, that's a good point because I was just about to say that happens to a lot of podcasts. A lot of podcasts end up right. Did that even happen to Joe Buttons and his people and like that happens? You know what I'm saying? Like that happens.
I see, but I think it like this. A lot of time, what did for Heineken and Esso to leave, I think it was that so-called. I don't know if this was true, but it was rumored that Math got to deal with Revolt, and he got a few million, and didn't piece nobody off. And they were saying that they started with him, so they felt like I helped you build this. At least let me get something.
No, I get that part, but a lot of people don't understand what happens with these deals, right? Just because you get a deal and it's a big lump sum of money, that's not your lump sum money to just keep.
Right.
That's a lump sum money that has to fund this podcast or whatever you're doing, and all of that money has to be accounted for a certain way. They didn't even let him get a chance to even figure out the game plan before you got your hand out asking for bread.
Right. I get you.
Like, hold on, let me get this in order first. We got to still keep the ball rolling. The money will come, but all right, we got the contract. It's mad discrepancies in these contracts when you're dealing with that type of bread. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for who's to say they got, like, The location might got to change now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The location count. You might got to get more camera people.
But maybe that's why he has to be more transparent.
But
Probably.
But that's
But here's the
scary
same
though,
time.
right? Because like you might have helped me build something. That don't necessarily mean you helped me lay down the foundation. That don't mean you was up to sleepless nights. That just means you might have been in the chair that I provided. That it means that. Like some people will let their self-entitlement get them in trouble.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
Also, we don't know what that contract details. So that contract
Right.
might have been just for Math, and then Math has to figure out how he's going to disperse this money.
Right.
Right. It might not be for everybody on the show. It's just you're the face of the show. We're going to give you this money. This is your deal. However you deal with your people, that's how you deal with your people. But this is the money right here.
Right.
But now Math, he's a legend in the rap game. But I know they're saying this is probably his first time seeing this type of bread.
Right. He might
not giving that to you. You don't know how you got to maneuver this because if they're giving you this type of money, then they're expecting at least 3 to 4 times revenue back.
Yo, Clip, more money, more problems.
More money, more problems. Yo, I want to move on now to, that was a great discussion on Math Hoffa. Yo, shouts out to Math Hoffa, man, and everybody. Even with, well, I don't even like calling the dirty section of YouTube. That shit is kind of whack. But shouts out to Math Hoffa, Zip. Who else is doing content?
Everybody,
10 Toes, everybody. So let's move on to Mysonne.
Moving.
Huh?
10 Toes, gangsters moving. Right?
So
Because like just real quick, because it's good to see. It's good to see how people could keep up with the times and then learn how to just hustle and get money. Like it's good just to see the hustle in somebody. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the product is, it's good to see the hustle in somebody. 10 Toes down, gangsters moving.
Peace.
Oh, 10 Toes. He need to start calling himself the pull up guy or the pull up boy or something like that. You saw when he pulled up on that, I forgot, behind the bar. I think that's the dude's name. He pulled up on this dude named Behind the Bars, I think, in Bronx River. That joint was funny stuff. But yo, let's go into Mysonne and his campaign, or he's campaigning for as the pimps would say.
They're using him.
I can't say they're using him because Mike's really be standing on his own. He's one of the people that if he believes in something, he gonna stand on it. He's always
now I get that.
So I get that. Using him, he really feel like anything in his mind, he feel like anything is better than Trump.
That's crazy.
So, but that's how he feels because he's on the front lines with a lot of this stuff that's going on, like that we ain't really a part of, right? Like so. He's on the front lines in a lot of situations where he's seeing things that we don't see right now. In his mind, he's thinking about this plan that Trump got, where Trump trying to give immunity to cops to do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's foul. I agree.
Right? So it might be some things he agree with Trump, but other things the bad outweighs the good when it comes to Trump with him. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna at least try to support somebody black before I go and deal with this dude right here. So I get why he's standing on what he's standing on, but I think we as a community be giving our own too much.
Yeah.
Like
you're right.
Times.
I agree. Now, my thing with Mice, right? I pay attention to Mice. I feel what he's trying to do for the community. I understand the gun violence, put all that down. I'm for that. Right? Sometimes I feel like I feel like Mice be teetering the line a little bit. You know what I mean? I really do, because I remember when he was doing the whole pro-black, I'm supporting black business, throwing away all my Jordans, throwing away that stupid shit, right? I'm like, okay, cool. My thing is, we always do this, we gotta support black business, we gotta support this, but we only do it for like 2 weeks. And then we're back to the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because now I see Math in Harlem. I see Mice in Harlem running around. I see you in your video. You back to wearing the white labels again. I don't see none of that black shit that you. I don't see none of that. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about Mysonne, I may comment. It's because you may stand on something, but you don't stand on it for long. You give it 2 weeks, and then you're back to the bullshit. You got your show with Homegirl, right? I get that. So now we're gonna support Kamala. I get that. I'm not supporting anybody just because they're black, right? I gotta know, because behind your color, a lot of black niggas be doing a lot of foul shit to our
I
own
agree.
people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my research on. I know I ain't fucking with Trump. Straight jacket. I know that, and I know the way they doing politics now. They only showing us 2 people, but when we go to vote, it be more motherfucking names on there.
Independent party, green parties, and all that.
Where these people come from, I ain't seen them say nothing at all.
That's what Clip was talking about last episode.
You know what I mean? Because I know what's my man name? Cornel West supposed to be running for president too. You know,
But,
and I know his name
For
is
what party?
supposed to be on that ballot, but we only seeing 2 people. And I'm not just going for you because you black, because I know a lot of foulness happens with our own people. Like we get out the most with our own people. So
I think
he got to show me something different. He got to show me a little.
I get you on that. I think that when it comes to the voting part of that situation, a lot of that comes from funding. The reason why we see Kamala and Trump all day is because they getting funded hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right, exactly.
24 hours. She got $83 million.
The Republicans got an investment in CNN. The Republicans got a fucking investment in Fox TV. They got millions of dollars invested in social media marketing and promotion and the internet and all this and that. You go on YouTube now and you go try to watch a video, you're going to see some sort of Kamala Harris ad, or you're going to see some sort of, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump ad. It's one of the two. So these smaller parties or these smaller candidates, we don't know nothing about it. We don't hear them because, for one, they outnumbered money-wise. Which is why I was saying that we as a community got to start teaching each other about word of mouth to get each other about some of these candidates that have similar interests in us, and then we got to pool our funds together to get them in a position where we can spread more light.
Yes, sir.
But we don't do that. We just wait for somebody. We wait for a candidate to pop up.
Exactly.
This is what we gonna do.
Right. Yo, that's like the Boondocks, right? When they had those episodes when Obama was running for president.
I remember that.
Like a rock. like because they had nobody had heard. Like they made your point exactly. Like people just be popping up out the blue, and it's like, okay, America is not gonna fall for that trick twice.
Right.
Like, come on now.
And then can I add something to that? It's like with the whole, I get what Mice is doing, March for the People, because I was Ron will tell you that's how Ron and I met at a Black Panther rally. So I'm all about the people and all that. I'm all about my people. I love my people no matter what. I stick by them.
No, hold on. And let's be correct. Let's be right and exact. We met at a side of Shakur rally.
Outside of Shakur rally. That's a fact.
Okay.
Ron saw me out there with them.
Fire. That's so fire.
So the thing about it is that I love my people. I love what we represent, our plight, but we got to be honest with ourselves. I'm not jumping on the Kamala train. Yes. I'm not jumping on the Trump train. I look at policies. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I respect your honesty. If I know you dislike me, I'm like, thank you for telling me directly that you don't like me.
But I know how to move.
Exactly. And I'm not going to be like, well, like as others said, Tamika Mallory say, oh, we got to give Kamala time and understand people have evolved and changed. Well, the same rule should apply to the other side as well. People have evolved through time. We can't be hypocritical. But I know what he's saying though. With the police immunity part, that's crazy. What he's saying with that.
We gave her time. She's been in office for 4 years.
Yeah.
She's been quiet.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's a fact. But it's like I'm not falling for that because I was telling Ron this earlier. Pardon me, Trev. I was saying like coming August, right? We see how the Republican rally was. What they had Hogan and Amber Rose. You're gonna see the circus that's gonna take place at the Democrat convention. But I know the soundtrack. The soundtrack might be a Beyonce song. Kamala might use a line from Kendrick, or they not like us. People like, oh my God, she said it, and let's vote for her. I'm not voting for anybody, bro.
Like I told you before, I lost respect for her when she came on One Power 105.1 and told our community that she was listening to Pac and Biggie in college, but she was in college in the 80s. Like, what are we talking about? You blatantly lying right there.
Yeah.
No, but there's also a clip of her saying she's not black.
She is
really?
Indian.
There's a clip. I gotta find it, and I'm a DM one of y'all so y'all can see it. There's a clip of her saying she's not black and she's mixed. She's not full, and then she's married to right.
She's like Drake is Jewish. She's
right.
Indian.
But outside of all of that, we just got like Mike said, we just gotta do the research on the people. Don't just because you think you could rap a Biggie song or a Kendrick song that you for me. Because you go to your community, your safe community. I still gotta come here. I gotta deal with this. I want to know what are your policies to help our community. That
when are you on the front lines? Like, I don't see none of them in our like even strolling through the neighborhood, shaking hands with people, even trying to get a chance to know these people in the neighborhood. I don't see none of them. So for me, people get mad at me when I'm like, yo, I really don't even want to vote for none of these people.
Oh, you should have heard the argument I had the other day.
You get what I'm saying?
When did the society get dumbed down so far?
Social media.
The concept with that could even ring out, right? Where you can say, where you can even see something so small like that and see it taking effect, right? Because it's like, and I'm speaking about the using the rap lyric because I can see that working, right? And but when did it become so simple? It was like I remember when Joe Biden tried to tell everybody, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, right?
Yeah,
okay,
I remember that.
Push, right?
That's the most disrespectful thing you can
Trump
see.
hit you with your boy put a stack in your account, like that went out on Twitter, like, you know, when did it become so personable?
Well,
I think that's a problem.
Exactly.
I think that's a problem to me, right? Because there is supposed to be a bridge between the people and the governed, those who govern and those who are governed. But the mesh, I'm not too positive if people want that. I don't think you want people who are supposed to be making decisions for you sounding just like you. I don't think that. Like, I wouldn't think my daughter would want me making decisions for her if I spoke just like she did.
Right. See, but
not even that. Why do we care what a celebrity thinks? Because they always try to use a celebrity as the celebrity is supposed to just represent all of us. You just a celebrity. You
Celebrities are distractions, I believe, right?
Like,
because most people will. My wife and I was talking about this. My full clip. I just wanted to chime in on that real quick before it slipped my mind. Most people will know more about a celebrity than they'll know about themselves.
That's a fact.
That's why they run and get them celebs, because those celebrities have more people that would give them the power before they would give that power to themselves.
Yo, but real quick, y'all, I don't mean
give up the will of decision making. They like willingly give up the will of decision making and leave it to the celebrated to make those decisions for them. And that's where it gets really dangerous, real murky, when you have the governors too close to the governed. That's a problem. When you could just pick a rapper and say, "Yo, talk for me." What do you mean?
Right. Yo, we're missing Mysonne though. We got to go back to Mysonne because y'all.
My thing with that is, right,
it all plays a part.
That is sort of like the same thing with Miss Harris. Like, people find their ways to sell you what you want to hear. Like, this is America, everything for sale. Like Hovey said it the best. Like, I always believe, like with Mice, early when he was doing it, I think it made the most sense, right? He was coming home, he was moving more positive. I think then it made a lot of sense. But I think since then, you can see this is something that he designed to continue to survive.
True.
I don't think that the power is in it. I think it's the platform that he has. He understands the platform that he has. He understands how he can eat off the platform. He understands what he has to tell people in order to eat. And that's probably why he don't stand on them stars, like you were saying, Trev. He don't stand on stars for too long because the stars burn out, and he got to move to another one to get this money.
Right.
And you gotta be. You can't. We can't have no broke activists. Like we gotta start. We gotta stop looking at that too. Like if you want an activist to make moves and do certain things for us, they can't be broke.
No,
that's true.
They can't live in poverty now. They can't.
I feel like when we look at activism and influence, we got to go back to civil rights and look at, because a lot of times if you do the history, the influence, the people that was backing all those marches and shit that Martin was doing and all those rallies, Sammy Davis Jr. was behind a lot of that, even though he was on stage with the Rat Pack. You know what I'm saying? He always had it, but for some reason I think the attention took over and they forgot what the real message was and what the real agenda was. It's more attention now. Before it was like, all right, look, I know y'all don't got the money. Cool. I'm gonna pass you the money. What you do, what y'all need to do, and we gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep the movement going.
But now it's a different era, because now we got. But now we got investigators who investigate everything you do. So if you try to pass somebody off some bread to make some things happen, dude's gonna be like, the powers that be gonna be like, oh, hold on, what you trying to do here? You can't do the backdoor stuff the way we can't.
Can I keep it raw though? I think how what he's doing. Like I seen he done the march for the young kings to stop the violence. I respected that. I even picked up one of his books one time during the pandemic, the Bill of Rights he did for the children book, which was dope for the kids. Okay, I just think the thing with these celebrities that we look up to, people cannot replicate what Pac has done, what he stood on. Like if I'm staying in this, I stand behind it. I'm not gonna weather for no politicians. I'm gonna tell them what it is, what's really going on, and what can you do.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck real quick. I don't mean to cut nobody off. I was quiet, right? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Mysonne, I think Mysonne is full of shit.
No, go ahead, Rob.
Mysonne, you came out of jail. I remember when you first came out of jail. You was with Bang Bang Boogie.
Yeah, he was with Bang Bang Boogie.
That didn't work. You went on to the next thing. That didn't work. Now you over here with the Righteous Brothers. No, we don't go that way, bro. We've been here for years. You over there now. You trying to, I don't know, finagle your career and make it where it is right now. You on thing with Tamika Mallory. You got respect from the hip hop community. You rode that wave. Now this is your career. This is what you do. I met you on 161st Street. We were supposed to link up. That never happened. Why? Even CK says something about you doing phony shit on the phone or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. But your track record, from the way I see it, is crazy flawed. And yo, that's no disrespect. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Email is nyptalkshow@gmail.com. We'll have a number for people to call and all of that if you want to call and all of that. But Mysonne, I think you're full of shit, straight up. Now y'all can go ahead.
What I wanted to say.
Now we could go ahead.
No, yeah. What I wanted to say is that I just want our people, like Clip said earlier, we got to do unity, because I don't see other communities really panic when it comes to election time, because they have collective economics and they move as a unit. When you have money, you can have a politician lobby for you.
Yes,
and we don't have that. We always looking for we have a Messiah complex.
That's the religion, Bible, Jesus, Savior complex that we have. We're constantly looking for this magical Savior to do everything that we want them to do, but it's like, nah, that's not how this works.
Nah, yo, can I ask y'all what has? I want to know if anybody knows what. Pardon me, Seanie. What has Mysonne done? I know. I see he's out there, and he's out there in the community. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's speaking out for the people. What has he done that made any kind of impact anywhere? I want to know.
I don't know. I can't speak for that. I have to do more research.
I just know that the Young Kings protest he had in the Bronx last year.
You basically treating him like he's the hip hop Al Sharpton.
No, see,
that's what he is. I think
I'm not a part of that's doing that because, like Ron said, I feel like a lot of times he's full of shit.
Yeah.
I don't condone because you literally, what pissed me off is when he threw away all them sneakers, right? And then the next month you hear Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci, Montclair, all those racist labels that specifically said we don't give a fuck about y'all. Yeah, we know what it's about. Like, come on now, you really have to figure out where we're going with this. And like you said, a lot of us are looking for a messiah, cool. But a lot of those other races, it's really never about influence because they already know we got to stick together because they know blacks ain't gonna stick together, and
That's
they know
a bad thing.
So if they stuck together, we're fucked.
But I think it's different though, right? Like I think the ideology of coming to America is a very interesting concept.
We also got to remember that these other cultures.
The ideology of coming to America is a very interesting concept. That's like you have to think about that. Like there's like millions of people who share that dream, and then when they get here, they bring into reality. Like and it's different, right? Like the tutelage is different. Like somebody's grandfather might have stacked up all his money to send their father over here, then he had his kids over here, and the it's different.
Right.
So like, and then it's like even the training of the people in America compared to the people who are coming to America is two totally different ideologies.
We also got to remember that the history of this country, these other cultures didn't go through what we went through.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. The tutelage of the people within America and the ideology of coming to America is two totally different things.
Like,
so when you have these people coming,
for the Asian community, there was no Jim Crow for the Asian community. There was no, you know what I'm saying? There was no slave revolt for the Asian community. There was no, we got to separate families and do it. They didn't have in these other communities.
That happened in San Francisco. That happened in San Francisco when they were building the railroads and as they were trying to eliminate I'm saying as they were trying to eliminate their culture, they did do things of that nature. So they did go through something, but just not on the scale level. Never on the scale.
On the scale of
not on the same scale.
Like your grandma was sold off to a whole nother plantation. You know what I'm saying? Like the divide and conquer tactic that they knew that they had to separate slaves certain ways to keep control and order. And you can see that it's still happening right now in today's era.
Right.
Yo, real quick, brothers. I thought that, I don't mean to cut this joint short, but I swore we could do 2 lives at one time. I just Googled it. You can't. And we got another interview at 8:30. You're right. We need to be able to do this either more days or more time.
We need an area. Like we need it one day. We got to come outside. We're gonna have to
with that. I'm down with that 2-3 days. Like I'm with that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come outside too and actually.
My schedule ain't gonna allow me to do 2-3 days, but I feel you on that. Definitely.
What about more time though? More time on this podcast.
We definitely need like a 2-hour clock. We definitely got to stretch it
like 2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours. All right, we're gonna clip off this joint. Peace to everybody in the chat. Thank you for viewing us tonight. Thank you, brothers. Matter of fact, we stretching this joint next week to an hour and a half. If we still got to do more time, we got to do more time. But we're gonna take this next week from 7:30 to 9 to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock next week. Peace to everybody. Thank y'all.
Hold on. Shout out the clip. Shout out the clip for the beat.
For the beat.
Oh,
That's our
good.
first
beat
birthday.
is
Shout out to Seanie,
word.
shout out to Trev.
Appreciate
Shouts
it,
to
bro.
Back panel.
Yo, peace.
Hey.